Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to Allah Akim, preaching His word in truth and sincerity and in faith. This is the brother Yeshaya from the GMS Plain Tables camp here in Philadelphia. And I just want to do a quick lesson on the fact that a lot of our people, a lot of the nation of Israel are not going to be able to understand these scriptures. They're not going to be able to understand the correct breakdown of the scriptures. Now you have it where when a lot of brothers first learned about this truth, we wanted to basically wake up all of Israel. We wanted to wake up all our family members to the knowledge of these scriptures, but they weren't. Most of them, a lot of them, are not able to perceive it or understand it. And through the scriptures, we understand that a lot of Israel are not going to be able to attain to this word. That's the correct word. This is Isaiah chapter 6 verse. I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says, "Then said I, woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips, for mine eyes have seen the King Yahweh of hosts. Then flew one of the seraphims unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with the tongues from off the altar, and he laid it upon my mouth, and said, Lo, this hath touched thy lips, and thine iniquity is taken away, and thy sin purged. Also I heard the voice of Yahweh saying, Whom shall I send, and who will go for us?" Yeah, so the Most High was had a message to give Israel, and he was asking who to send to Israel. And Isaiah says here, "Then said I, here am I, send me." So Isaiah said, "Send me." It says, "And he said, Go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not." Yeah, so a lot of our people are able to hear, this doctrine, the breakdown of the scriptures. You got brothers on the highways and hedges, every week. Some brothers, couple times a week, more than once a week. And you got brothers making videos day in and day out, and they're able to hear these scriptures, the breakdown of the scriptures, but they're not able to understand it. Like it says right here, "Hear ye indeed, but understand not." Yeah, they hear the doctrine, the gospel, but they're not able to understand it. It says, "And see ye indeed, but perceive not." Yeah, they even see these, brothers breaking down the prophecies. They even see the prophecies coming to pass, such as the RFID microchip. They see it coming to pass, but they're not able to understand. They're not able to perceive that this is, the mark of the beast. It says, "Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes." It says, "Lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed." Yeah, that's what the Most High Yahweh has done. He's made the heart of this people fat and their ears heavy. Yeah, their ears are heavy. They're dull of hearing, one thing of our people, they love going into different doctrines, different philosophies. They've heard so much, so much nonsense. When they hear the truth, they're not even able to tell that it's the truth. But through the Spirit, the Most High has shut their ears, shut their eyes and their ears. They're not able to understand anything that's going on whatsoever. This is Psalms chapter 69 verse 22. It says, "Let their table become a snare before them, and that which should have been for their welfare, let it become a trap." Yeah, and what is for our welfare? What is the welfare of the nation of Israel? These scriptures are this gospel. It says, "And that which should have been for their welfare, let it become a trap." Yeah, so the scriptures are for the benefit of our nation. Like it says, I believe in Romans 15:4, it says that which was written aforetime was written for our learning. Yeah, these scriptures were written for our learning, so we can please Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, so we can serve him, so we can live our life, in a righteous manner. Yeah, so David was praying, against Israel, because why? Because they were, they were, what's the word I'm looking for? They were persecuting him, for unrighteously, and the people, our people do that to this day. When brothers on the highways and hedges speaking the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, they come up scoffing, talking trash, saying we look stupid, saying we don't know what we're talking about. Yeah, so David said, let that which have been for their welfare, let it become a trap. Yeah, so the scriptures, which should have been for their welfare, is a trap for them. They're not able to get the understanding of this word. This is Jeremiah chapter 6 verse 30. It says, reprobate silver shall men call them, because Yahweh hath rejected them. Yeah, so at the end of the day, these people are not able to get this word because the Most High, Yahweh, has rejected them. And you can't, unreject. You can't accept somebody the Most High has rejected. So if the Most High rejects somebody from being able to get this word, how are you going to make them get it? You could go back and forth with them, and break down the scriptures, basically beat the scriptures over their head, and they're still not going to be able to understand it no matter how hard you try. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 15. It says, that which is crooked cannot be made straight. Yeah, and these people are crooked, so you can't make them straight. The Most High has made it to whereas they've been blinded from the truth. So how are you going to unblind them? Like it says here, it says that which is crooked cannot be made straight. Yeah, so the Most High has made them crooked. How are you going to make them straight? You can't, no matter how much you want it, because a lot of guys are in that spirit that save all of Israel's spirit, no matter how much of a reprobate, scripture says you got to try the spirit by the spirit. No matter how much of a reprobate a guy seems, they want to still, try to get them to understand it. The guy's blaspheming the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai, and they still want to preach the gospel to them. Nah, you gotta understand that this man is a reprobate, and the Most High has rejected them. This is Titus chapter 1 verse 15. It says, unto the pure all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure. Yeah, and what is pure? These scriptures. So unto the pure, these scriptures are pure. We're able to understand the benefit of these scriptures. But unto the unpure, it's worthless, really. The scriptures are worthless to somebody that's unpure. It says, but even their mind and conscience is defiled. Okay, so this is Matthew chapter 3 verse 7, and I believe this is John speaking when the Pharisees came to when he was baptizing in the wilderness. The Pharisees came, and this is what John said. This is Matthew 3 and 7. It says, but when he saw many of the Pharisees and Sadducees come to his baptism, he said unto them, O generation of vipers, who hath warned you to flee from the wrath to come? It says, bring forth therefore fruits meet for repentance. Yeah, so John was able to see, that the Pharisees, a lot of the Pharisees and the Sadducees, they were what? They were hypocrites. They were telling you to keep the law but weren't keeping it themselves. He was seeing that they were not fruits for repentance. They were basically reprobates, and that they were rejected of Yahweh. And that's what we have to do when we, preach the word to somebody. We gotta try the spirit. We gotta see whether their fruits meet for repentance. You can't just be preaching this doctrine, this gospel to everyone. Every Israelite you see. You gotta try the spirit, whether that man is worthy of these words. Because these words truly are a blessing. So if something is of high value, the word is of great value. So if something is of high value, you're not just going to give it to anyone. This is Matthew chapter 7 verse 6. It says, give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you. Yeah, you're not going to give a pearl to a swine, which is a pig, because a pig is not able to see the value or the purpose in a pearl. He's just going to eat it or do whatever the hell. It says, lest they trample them under the feet. They're not going to see the value in these words. So you're not just going to give it to anyone. It says, lest they trample them under the feet. Yeah, you give this word, the correct breakdown of these scriptures to somebody, and they turn around and they're perverting it, and they're blaspheming, and they're just, trying to make you look stupid or whatever the case may be. They're turn around and talk about you. This is Jeremiah chapter 5 verse 3. It says, O Yahweh, are not thine eyes upon the truth? Thou hast stricken them, but they have not grieved. Thou hast consumed them. And one of the definitions for that word grieve is to fear. Yeah, it says, thou hast stricken them, but they have not grieved. Yeah, so the Most High has stricken Israel, and they still don't show that fear or that reverence that they should show towards the Most High. It says, thou hast consumed them, but they have refused to receive correction. And that's what these Israelites do each and every day. They refuse to receive correction. You know, you got brothers telling them, you know, they gotta serve Yahweh Shem Yahshai. They gotta turn from their wicked ways. They gotta turn from these false gods, false idols. You know, you gotta keep the commandments, but they don't want to hear that. It says they have made their faces harder than a rock. They have refused to return. Yeah, and that's what, you know, a large majority of Israel has done. They've refused to return to Yahweh Shem Yahshai. This is Isaiah chapter 1, let's start at 4, verse 4. It says, "Ah, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters, they have forsaken Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backwards." It says, "Why should ye be stricken any more? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart faint." Yeah, so the Most High got sick and tired of, you know, basically punishing Israel. Even when the Most High punishes them, they still refuse to turn from their wicked ways. They still love doing, you know, all the, you know, the wickedness that they do. No matter how much the Most High punishes them, they still love doing their wickedness. So the Most High has rejected them. That's why, you know, a large part of Israel is not going to be able to get this truth, because the Most High has rejected them because of the love, because they love to do wickedness. They love to continue in their wicked deeds. This is and this is basically the punishment for all the wickedness that they've committed, and from rejecting the word, from rejecting His truth. This is Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. It says, "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left there." And yeah, so 2/3 of Israel is gonna die. The Most High is gonna bring that wrath, that nuclear fire, you know, on them. It says, "But the third shall be left there." And yeah, so there's a certain amount of Israel that's not gonna be able to get this truth, because that's how we're saved, you know, through the faith of the word, you know, faith in the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It says, "And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my power." Yeah, so only the elect are going to be able to learn this song, like it says in Revelations, you know, this new song, which is the scriptures. But the rest of Israel are not going to be able to learn it. This is Romans chapter 11, verse 7. It says, "What then? Israel has not obtained that which he seeketh for?" Yeah, and what has Israel been seeking for? The knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And 2/3 of Israel is not going to be able to obtain that. It says, "What then? Israel has not obtained that which he seeketh for." It says, "But the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded." Yeah, so only the elect are going to be able to obtain this truth, and the rest of Israel are going to be blind from the truth. So really, it's no point going back and forth with somebody trying to beat them over the head with this truth, trying to get them to understand it. You preach the gospel as we were commanded, and that's it. If the Most High wants them to get it, they're going to get it. And if the Most High doesn't want them to get it, they're not going to get it, no matter how hard you try. So Lord willing, this video was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rahakadosh. Again, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the Akim, preaching His word in truth and sincerity and in faith. Shalom.